What's up, everyone? It's DSP, and as you can tell, this isn't usually where I would do this kind of a thing, but everyone's freaking out. As you know, if you've been following along today, it seems that my main channel on YouTube, Dark Side Phil, has been suspended. Honestly, I don't think it's suspended. I think it's closed, because the reason I say that is YouTube has not sent me any kind of correspondence whatsoever explaining why or what happened. It's just gone. I can't log in. When I try to log in, it says this account, does not exist. Use a new password. So in my opinion, I think it's gone. I think all 7,000 plus videos have been deleted. I think what really happened is, as you've been following along recently this week, I was doing a Splinter Cell Conviction playthrough, and I took a day off because yesterday my allergies were killing me. They are still kind of affecting me today, but I'm a little bit better. And I think what happened was, during that extra day, Ubisoft was looking for people who were putting up playthroughs and probably notified YouTube and started having them taken down. Well, it just so happens this is the third time that that's happened to me. If you remember last year, when I was doing the Grand Theft Auto 4's first expansion, The Lost and Damned, Rockstar Games did exactly the same thing to me. And then right after that, around my birthday last year, I was playing Legends of WrestleMania, and the WWE did the same thing to me. So this would be the third company who's really, put up a stink with YouTube. YouTube not wanting to get into any kind of a legal battle, even though it's not illegal to put gameplay videos up on the internet, decided to just be a pussy about it, and basically twice they told me take all that footage down, or else. This is basically kind of considered strike 3, so that's probably why they just didn't even bother anymore. They just took the whole account down. Why they did that? It's very simple. It's like I've said 100,000 times, YouTube has absolutely no customer support whatsoever. They really don't give a fuck about anyone who uses their website. All they care about is making money. And being that my main Dark Side Phil channel wasn't a partner channel because they were afraid of lawsuits if they were to pay me for ads on gameplay videos, they probably said, well, this is a quick fix, He's already got 2 complaints against him. A third complaint, we're not losing anything if we get rid of him because we're not making money off of his gameplay videos anyway, so they probably just shut the account down. So, here's the deal. In the words of the late, great Douglas Adams, don't panic, okay? I've foreseen this. I knew this was coming ever since last year in the 4th quarter when I started doing some of the bigger games like Modern Warfare 2. I had the feeling this was eventually going to happen anyway. So I've had these ideas going around in the back of my mind, and I haven't really taken action on them. Well, now that this has happened, it's time for me to take action on them. So, first and foremost, okay, I know that there's only, on this page, The King of Hate HD, this is my partner channel on YouTube. So, by the way, if you see ads on this video or on any videos, don't freak out. That's okay. That's on purpose. I'm allowed to have ads on these videos. The thing is, I only have about 13,000 subscribers here. Now, I've been telling everyone over the past year, go subscribe to my alternate channel just in case something like this happens, but no one listens, except for the 13,000 people who subscribe. So, the number one thing I'd like everyone to do is please spread the word. Any of your friends who are watching my channel or following my channel, Dark Side Phil, please tell them to get their asses over here and subscribe, because this is going to be the channel where I'm going to announce all my big plans, all the changes that are now coming because the main channel's been shut down. And I need to have a way to people to focus and know where to get updates from me, and this is the place for now. So please tell everyone, get on this channel, The King of Hate HD, immediately. Following up with that, so what am I going to do now that that main channel is shut down? Well, like I said, I was kind of expecting that, so I'm not panicking. As you can tell, I'm very calm and composed. This doesn't mean that anything really has to change. What I was thinking of doing anyway is this. I knew that with Super Street Fighter 4 coming out, within 2 weeks, not even shorter than 2 weeks now, I knew that a lot of people were going to want to follow that because a lot of people loved my Street Fighter 4 footage, not only the gameplay, but also some of the tutorial videos that I did, the tournament footage that I had, and I knew that that was going to be very popular. But at the same time, I knew a lot of people were going to be shut off or turned off by that because they don't want to see me flood their inboxes with Street Fighter videos. A lot of people, when I was putting up the Super Turbo footage from a couple weeks back, got agitated and said, we love your game playthroughs, we don't particularly like Street Fighter too much, we wish that we could subscribe and not have that flood our inboxes. So here's the plan, here's what I'm going to do, okay? It's official. I kind of solidified this in my head over the past hour when I found out what happened with the main channel. I'm going to create a channel exclusively for Street Fighter videos, and then I'm going to create a second new channel exclusively for game playthroughs. So this is going to separate the two. So the good thing is, if you like the Street Fighter stuff, if you like that, you can go over here and watch that on this channel, which I haven't thought up yet. I'm going to think about it probably tonight, and I'll let you know what it is when it's created. And then I'm going to have a separate channel for all the game playthroughs that I've usually been doing. Now, because of what's going on right now, I'm going to have to be honest with you, I'm probably not going to do as many game playthroughs as I've been doing. I'm going to probably try to cover most of the major games, the major releases, but being that it seems like these little side games that I do are the most annoying, like think about the games that have fucked me over. An expansion for Grand Theft Auto 4 that really wasn't a huge release, Legends of WrestleMania, which definitely wasn't a huge release, and Splinter Cell Conviction, which also wasn't a very big thing. Some people wanted to see it, but it wasn't like a major blockbuster hit that people were super duper anticipating. It seems like the major games I really don't have that many problems with, because it seems like everyone else is doing video of it too, and a lot of these times these companies are happy to get that footage out because they want people to see those games. So more than likely what this means is I'm going to start reducing the amount of playthroughs that I do on this new channel. So you'll see some, but it's not going to be like massively, you know, flooding like it used to be. You know, every new game that comes out, I'm not going to be playing it. And that goes hand in hand with the Street Fighter stuff too, because like I've been saying, when Super Street Fighter 4 comes out, I'm probably going to put a lot of time into it. I also need to put a lot of time into Super Turbo now, practicing to try to qualify for the SBO qualifiers, and then end up going to Japan hopefully and playing Super Battle Opera. So that's going to be a lot of time too, and so it's going to take away from the time I have to play my normal playthroughs like I've been doing. So the bottom line is this: yes, the main channel is gone. Nothing's going to change. It's going to be, you know, I'm going to have two separate channels now rather than one main channel. This channel is still going to be here for many purposes. For example, again, this is my fallback channel, so if anything goes wrong, this is the place to go. So I'm glad I had this channel. I'm glad I had the foresight to establish this channel, because now I have a venue to talk to you people. Now that the regular channel's been closed, everyone has an idea of what's going on. So this will always be here. I'm never going to put stuff that there's any risk of, you know, I'll get in trouble and this channel will be shut down. This will mostly be vlogs, stuff like I've done on here, like tutorial videos, when I go on vacation, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff you'll see here. Gameplay will always be on other channels because I don't want to risk it on this channel. This channel I want to keep here. But anyway, that's the plan. So that's it for now. I say right now, again, don't panic. Everything's going to be okay, I promise. Just please go tell everyone that you know who's been watching my channel. Please spread the word. Whether you've been talking to people about me on forums, at other places, please spread the word. Yes, we know the main channel's shut down, but go to his alternate channel, The King of Hate HD, and subscribe. He's going to explain to everyone what's going on. My plans right now: create two separate channels, one for Street Fighter footage, one for regular game playthroughs. Once those are established on this channel, I'll let everyone know what they are. I'll tell everyone obviously to subscribe again and to mark that, and then we'll go from there. The only one really bummer about this whole thing is that all the videos that were up already are gone. They're gone. When YouTube suspends an account, the stuff is gone. And since YouTube didn't contact me about this, doesn't let you log into their forums, you know, once you're blocked or suspended, there's literally no way whatsoever for me to counter them. There's nowhere for me to say what happened, can we work this out, can I delete certain videos, and then I can have my channel unsuspended. There's no process. There's no process ever explained on how to get your channel unsuspended once it's been suspended. It's pretty much impossible. And that sucks, because there's been other channels on here. I don't know if anyone's a wrestling fan, but there's a guy called Matthew. It's a joke, like it's spelled with F's instead of T's. But he has a series called Botchmania, and he takes different footage from different wrestling promotions and puts it together of wrestlers kind of screwing up, and it's hilarious. He used to have a really big channel on YouTube. I used to be a follower of his, and then it got shut down, and he got it reinstated, and then it got shut down, and then it was permanently shut down. And since then, he's been trying to like do alternate channels, and they just keep shutting him down, even though technically, is it illegal what he's doing? Since it's for parody purposes, actually, no, it's not. U.S. law protects it. But again, YouTube is a pussy. They don't want to put up with it. They don't want to have any chance of a legal battle. So they just basically bend over and kick anyone off the site who they think could be some kind of a legal risk. And again, they have no customer support, so I have no one to talk to about what happened with my main channel. Anyway, if you do work for YouTube, by the way, and you're watching this, and you'd like to come explain to me what happened to the main channel, I love that, but I know that you're not going to, because I put several things up on the forums before, different concerns about the site, and no one ever addresses it. I wouldn't expect that this would be addressed either. So I expect you fully to continue with your line of horrendous customer support and basically fuck over your customers like you've always done. So thanks a lot. But anyway, outside of that, thanks to everyone. I know everyone's concerned. I hope this video explains a lot. Get everyone on here subscribed. I'll be back later and I'll explain exactly what I'm going to do with those alternate channels and we'll go from there. But don't panic. What's up everyone, it's DSP. Thanks for hanging in here today. I know it's been kind of a crazy day with what's going on with YouTube. If you haven't seen the previous video, it is true. My main page, Dark Side Phil, has been shut down. Not really sure why, because YouTube hasn't sent me any notice whatsoever as to why they decided to do that. It could be a copyright claim, but I have no idea. I can't log into the account. They haven't emailed me about it. And just so everyone knows, I have been trying a couple different methods to see what I can do to reinstate it. It seems like the common method is that there's this page where you can go where it says if your account's been suspended or shut down, to give them your email address and they'll email you the reason why, and then you can respond or do a counter copyright claim. Well, I tried to do that several times, and YouTube is responding to me telling me, oh, the email address you're giving us isn't the right email address. How the fuck could it not be the right email address if they email me at that address stating it's not the right one? Pretty obvious it is the right email address, so whatever happened, I think they permanently shut down my account. So anyway, what I've done is set up two new channels on YouTube. The first one is DSP Street Fighter, spelled just like that, DSP Street Fighter, and that one is going to be for all the Street Fighter footage coming up in the next couple of weeks, including the launch of Super Street Fighter 4 and the launch party I'm going to do, training for Super Turbo, because as you know, I'm still going to be playing to try to qualify for the Super Battle Opera qualifiers coming up in July, and then finally fly to Japan and play in that. And anything else that's Street Fighter related. In fact, I have a lot of joysticks and things on the way for the launch event, and I might open some of them or I might show them. You know, that might be something to put on that channel. Now, the other channel that I've created is called DSP Gaming. That's going to be all game footage. So if I do any more playthroughs, if I do reviews or anything like that, that's where I'm going to be putting that footage for now. I'm not saying this is permanent. I'm saying this is what I've done for now. I put it in place. If you can't find the channels, look to the bottom. I put them in my other channels section on this main page. And by the way, this page, The King of Hate HD, I think I'm going to use this page to do all kinds of channel updates like I used to do on my old channel. So if you want to know what's going on with either channel, if you want to know what's coming up next, this is the place to go. So that's it. I'm keeping it short and sweet. I'm probably going to put little introductory videos on each of the other channels to explain what they are. Tell everyone, have everyone run over there and sub and do whatever they need to do. But spread the word, and I'll be back later. What's up everyone, it's DSP. I wanted to give everyone an update on what's going on with the status of the Dark Side Phil channel, which was shut down by YouTube. A lot of stuff happened last night after I made my update video, so I just want to get everyone up to speed. First of all, I did finally figure out what the hell my original email address was that I used to sign up for that Dark Side Phil account. I went ahead to YouTube, I went to their forums where you're supposed to put bullshit up about, you know, oh, I can't get into my account, send me a reason why. They did send me the reason why, and they said it was 100% sure it was Ubisoft. That Ubisoft put a copyright claim against me for my Splinter Cell conviction videos. And basically they said the only way that we're going to restore your account, because you have 3 copyright claims against you now, is to get one of them reversed somehow. So they showed me the 3, which are the ones I've talked about on this all over the internet before. There was the Grand Theft Auto 4 expansion, The Lost and Damned. Then there was Legends of WrestleMania, and now it's Splinter Cell Conviction. So I went ahead and there's a page that you can do a counterclaim on, basically saying this is bullshit, it's not a real copyright claim, you know, restore my page. I did that for 2 of them. I did it for Grand Theft Auto and I did it for Splinter Cell. And the reason I did that was, even if Splinter Cell kind of still, you know, comes back again to YouTube and says, no, this is, you know, we're still going to stick to our guns, I get the feeling that Rockstar might not do anything about it, because now that game's how old, you know what I mean? And, you know, at this point there's gameplay all over the internet of it, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe that one could be the one that gives in. And hopefully, here's what I'm thinking. If within, you know, a couple of days this happens and my channel comes back and all the videos come back, I'm pretty much going to use that as an archive. I'm going to kind of save that as like a DSP Classics channel, so people can see, you know, the first 1.5 years of stuff that I did on YouTube. You can go there and view it, because I don't want to add new stuff to it at this point, because I don't want to take the chance of losing the 7,000 videos again. But who knows? It might not happen. Maybe no, you know, maybe I won't get it restored. Who knows? But you know what? I'm the kind of person, I think about what's moving forward and what's in the future rather than what's in the past. So does it suck that those videos are lost? Yes. But the good news is I did archive everything. As everyone knows, I've said many times, all my videos I save on hard drive. So if there is like, a most requested series or something like that, maybe I'll put up Heavy Rain again. Maybe I'll put up Fallout 3 again at some point in the future. It might be something to think about. But anyway, that's the status of that. Anyway, I'll let you know, obviously, if anything changes and if this channel gets restored or if I get a response saying, no, we refuse to restore your channel, I'll let everyone know. But what I really want to talk about is my new plans for this weekend. Some people would take this kind of a thing as a blow and be all, emotionally crushed and cry and complain and whine and scream and stamp their feet and fucking make a big fit about it. I'm not that kind of person. Rather than that, I'm going to be positive thinking. I'm going to look ahead here and I'm going to say, what am I going to do? Well, I want to hit the ground running and I want to give you guys content for my 2 new channels so that you have a reason to go over and look at them. So right off the bat tonight, I'm going to be making a video series on my new channel, DSP Street Fighter. This is going to be regarding the Mad Catz Tournament Edition joysticks that have come out for Street Fighter 4. So I'm going to talk about all different ones. In fact, you can see some of them right here. There was actually like a super crazy sale online, and I bought a bunch of them so that when I have my Street Fighter 4 or Super Street Fighter 4 launch party, we have enough joysticks to play. But anyway, we're going to talk about this basic arcade fight stick, which is the cheap one right now. You can get it online for about 40 bucks. We're also going to talk about the special tournament edition that came out last year. And then we're going to talk about the new joystick that was just released, which you can get at GameStop or online. It's the Super Street Fighter 4 Tournament Edition stick. It's a little bit different than the one from last year, and we're going to talk about why. But anyway, if you're interested in that, I do get a lot of questions, PMs and things about what joystick you use, what's the best joystick for Street Fighter. We're going to talk about that, within the Mad Catz sticks tonight in this new video series. And then tomorrow, we're going to do something different. John Rambo's coming over, and rather than fucking play Splinter Cell like we said we were going to do, obviously that's out, we're going to do something else. I'm not going to announce what game it's going to be right now, but it's going to be fun as hell. Like, trust me, it's a game that I really like. I've played it in the past, and I think that playing a co-op live with John Rambo is going to be pretty damn funny and pretty entertaining. And it is something new, by the way. It's not something that's like I'm not going to pull an old school game out of my ass. It is something that's out there right now that everyone can buy that was just recently released. But I don't want to spoil it, so that'll be a special thing for tomorrow. And then, tomorrow night, we're actually going to go practice some Super Turbo for the SBO qualifiers, and we might have some special guests again from New York coming by. So if we do record any match footage, I will put that up on the DSP Street Fighter channel as well. The co-op gameplay with John Rambo I'll be putting up on the DSP Gaming channel. So right off the bat, first weekend, day into this kind of fucking fiasco, you're going to have new footage on both channels. It's going to be hopefully entertaining, and I hope that'll keep everyone at least occupied for the weekend. Next week will probably be a little bit slow. I might think of maybe 1 or 2 things to do during the week because really there's nothing going on now until Super Street Fighter 4 is released. So if anything does come up, also I do have 2 Hori joysticks coming on the way, so maybe I'll review those during the week. Who knows? There's a lot of different things I can do, but pretty much after this weekend, the next major thing is going to be Super Street Fighter 4 launch party, which is on April 27th. So anyway, thanks for hanging in there. A lot of people have gone out of their way to spread the word. I see people making crazy amounts of videos and things, spreading the word, posting up. Some people are contacting other popular YouTubers. Like I know someone contacted Ray William Johnson, someone contacted Blame Truth, and actually these other popular YouTubers know who I am, and they said, holy shit, this is kind of fucked up. So they even said they're going to maybe do possibly some shout outs in a new video for me to explain what's going on and tell everyone to come to this new channel. So that's great. I hope that, anyone that can help in any way, I appreciate it. I appreciate a couple of you actually sent me like, I'm sorry donations, which is pretty funny. As you know, my donations, I said I'm going to put them towards things like, gaming equipment for my events. So, I mean, these joysticks pretty much were purchased straight out of fan donations, and these are going to be used in the Super Street Fighter 4 launch party. Thank you for everyone. As you know, nothing's changed. You can still go to the Cafe Press page if you're interested in getting DSP t-shirts or merchandise. You can still donate on PayPal. Send it to darksidephil@hotmail.com. It's all on that DSP Gaming page. I pretty much copy and pasted everything that was on my old Dark Side Phil page and tossed it up on the side of that one. So if you have any questions about that stuff, it is still up over there. Thank you to the fans who sent me that info. Some fans really did archive it. And the last thing what I want to talk about, which is really funny, is that apparently a lot of you have gone to the Ubisoft website and just fucking destroyed their forums with like spam about me and how dare they put copyright claims against me and everything. I appreciate that, but that's pretty funny. But obviously, I can't condone that. I wouldn't want to get anyone in trouble or anything. But that's pretty cool that you guys support me so much that you ran to a website of this company that decided to put up a bullshit copyright claim and just spam the fuck out of them. So I appreciate your support. So that's it for now. I will let you know if anything changes. The plan, as I talked about previously, but I'll kind of refresh everyone again. This channel, the King of Hate HD, is where I'm going to be putting the updates, like these channel updates. What am I planning to do on each of the other channels? This is where you're going to get that. The other channels will literally be for the video series and footage. So stick around here, stick sub to this channel. This is going to tell you what's coming up in the future and what my plans are, and then the other channels will be for the content. So that's it. Hope to see you guys soon. Have a good weekend, and let's get this shit started. What's up, everyone? It's DSP with a channel update. I want to give everyone an update on the status of what's been going on, especially with everything this week. It's been crazy since my Dark Side Phil channel got shut down. First of all, the first thing before I forget, I want to really thank all of my fans. You guys are awesome. I see that you all been making videos about the fact that my channel was shut down. I saw numerous videos from different fans, kind of pointing to the new channels, which is awesome. I specifically want to thank Blame Truth, because I know he has one of the bigger channels on YouTube for gaming, and he's actually made a big video update about what happened to my channel, and basically said, go check out this DSP's 2 new channels. I've seen a lot of people on the channel specifically saying I'm here because of Blame Truth. So I just want to say thanks, man. I appreciate that. And I ever need anything in the future, you need some help, let me know. And I'm more than happy to help you out. In regards to what's going on with the copyright claim, I did officially file 2 counterclaims, one against Ubisoft, who is responsible for having my channel shut down because they put a copyright claim against my playthrough of Splinter Cell Conviction. And also I put a counterclaim against Rockstar and 2K Games, who gave me a strike last year because they did a claim against Grand Theft Auto for The Lost and the Damned. Now, YouTube has responded, just to let everyone know. They sent me an email basically saying it's going to take 10 to 14 days. What they do is they notify those companies that I filed counterclaims. Basically, what I said in the counterclaims was that my videos are fair use, that yes, it is a copyrighted work, the video game is copyrighted, however, because I add my own commentary, criticism, and it's basically a live review of the game, that is actually covered under fair use law, and if you want to look into it, you can find it is covered under fair use law, just that no one's really taken it to court or anything like that. So anyway, I put that in, and YouTube said they're going to give those companies 10 to 14 days to respond. If they don't respond, they're going to clear those copyright claims up, and they're going to restore my original Dark Side Phil channel. So we're just going to have to see what happens. Unfortunately, I did see that not necessarily, it's not going to be within 10 to 14 days, that there might be, it might take longer. I've seen some videos where people said they did this, and, it took, their channel came back, but all their videos were gone, and it took a while longer for the videos to show up. Who knows? The plan right now is I'm going to stay with this, King of Hate HD channel for updates. Yeah, I have the 2 new channels, one for Street Fighter and one for gaming. And if that channel does come back, the original channel, I'm going to use it as like a DSP Classics channel where I can archive all of the original video footage. That way, I won't have any chance of getting another copyright strike, and there's no way I'm going to lose another 7,000 videos. So anyway, again, thanks to the fans for supporting me. One thing that I specifically want to address is that I noticed that some people have been re-uploading some of my playthroughs. Someone told me, Heavy Rain, Mass Effect, people have been uploading those videos. I guess, yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I know that the reason it's happening is because people are so fiending to watch those videos. They were some of my best ones, and right now you can't see them anywhere. However, I do still have the videos. Like I said in my other update, I didn't lose anything. All of those videos are archived on hard drives. I just haven't had a chance to re-upload them, and the thing is, I'm not going to re-upload them until I'm 100% sure that my Dark Side Phil channel isn't coming back, or else that's just doubling up the work. There's no reason to do that. So, I appreciate that you're doing it, but I hope you understand that if my Dark Side Phil channel is restored, I'm going to have to ask that all of you take those videos down, because obviously they are my property and my content. I know you're kind of doing it as a service to the fans right now. That's cool, but if the crisis is resolved and the channel comes back, please understand, I can't have people copying my videos and trying to get views and credit off of them. But thanks. Next thing I want to address is something that I basically heard is going off over on the Ubisoft forums. And specifically, I heard that a lot of my fans have gone over there and were creating threads and were posting. Some of them were wreaking havoc from what I heard. They were swearing, they were violating all the forum rules, basically in a big uproar because Ubisoft put this copyright claim against my channel and got it shut down. Well, I want to say, first of all, thank you. I appreciate it that my fans went and did that, that you guys, you know, care enough about my videos and what I'm doing here on YouTube that you would fight for me. But at the same time, I'm going to have to ask you to tone it down. If you want to go over there and you want to actually, you know, rationally, civilly argue my case that the copyright claim is false, that it's covered under fair use, what I do here, that's cool. But what's happening is the mods over there are being just totally overwhelmed because they have so many people swearing and violating the forum rules and going crazy. So I'm going to ask you, you know, it's cool that you're supporting me, but I'm going to have to ask you to tone it down. Basically, violating all the forum rules is just, it's not going to help our cause. It's going to make us look bad, and it's going to help these guys to kind of, you know, have a reason to kind of ban people and not talk about the subject anymore. So please, by all means, continue the discussion, but abide by the forum rules. And talking along that lines, what I've heard, keep in mind I haven't actually gone over there and really checked it out at all. This is all hearsay, but from what I've been being told, some of the moderators have addressed this and said, listen, they just, you know, they have no control over it. They've, you know, went to the legal and they've put in a request to the legal department to look into this issue, and that they were going to try to get an answer coming up this week. So we'll see what happens. I know from experience, legal departments can take 700 years to respond to anything. So who knows what's going to happen. We might or might not even get a response. But it's cool that at least we got some attention and they're looking into it. But one thing that I do want to address is that I heard that a moderator specifically said that he heard I don't condone anyone going over there and acting crazy, but that I thought it was funny. And, you know, he almost kind of tried to flip it on me to try to villainize me and make it look like I thought it was a cool thing that people were going over there and crapping all over the forums. Not only is that not true, I don't appreciate that guy putting words in my mouth. So you better watch what you say about people before you know, if you don't know them, because that's definitely not something that I would want. Right now I'm asking my fans not to do that, to abide by the forum rules, and if you're going to have a reasonable, logical discussion, to do so, but to not, you know, destroy the website. So I don't appreciate that, and I hope that you don't continue to try to villainize me on your website. I don't know if you're doing it because you think you work for Ubisoft or whatever, but that's not cool, and so you need to cut that out right away. But that's that. It is what it is. Big deal. We'll see what happens. I'll let anyone know, like I said, if there's any updates this week, if I hear back from YouTube, if I hear back from Ubisoft on the issue, I'll let everyone know. But hoping, you know, fingers crossed, this works out, the channel gets restored, and we can move on from there. So what's next for the channels and what's going on? Well, first of all, this past weekend there's a lot of new videos that went up. If you want to check it out, go to DSP Street Fighter. There's some joystick video reviews there of the Mad Catz joysticks, and there's also a lot of footage of Super Turbo. Some of the best players on the East Coast, again from New York, came down to play with us this weekend. There's a lot of new footage up as we practice for Super Battle Opera. On the other channel, DSP Gaming, I did a playthrough of the new Final Fight Double Impact game with John Rambo this weekend. We did some co-op commentary. And it's Final Fight and also the game Magic Sword, both classic arcade games made by Capcom. Go check that out. Future plans. Well, to be honest, this week there's probably not going to be a lot of videos unless it's like an update on the status of what's going on with YouTube, simply because there's no games that came out this week. So, you know, it's going to be probably a quiet week. The only thing I might do is I'm going to do a couple very quick video reviews like I did with the Mad Catz joysticks. I'm going to talk about some Hori joysticks, which just showed up, one for PlayStation 3 and one for Xbox 360. And we're going to go through the details on that, and, you know, I'll show you what I think about those. But besides that, it's going to probably be a quiet week. There's really nothing going on until Super Street Fighter 4 comes out, so really that's going to be the next big event. And a lot of people have actually specifically asked me about the launch party for Super Street Fighter 4 that I'm going to attend. There is a tournament at Play and Trade Games in Danbury, Connecticut. It's going to be at midnight on the date of launch of the game, which is April 27th, and I'm going to be there. They're going to have, at midnight, they're going to open the doors. It's going to be Super Street Fighter 4 on all the consoles. Everyone's welcome, and you can enter the tournament and play in it. It'll be pretty cool, the first time anyone really gets their hands on the game. And then also, if you want to buy the game, you can pick it up. But I want to warn everyone, if you do want to buy the game, the store has told me that you need to call ahead and reserve, because right now they're not sure how many copies they need. You need to call by Tuesday, so hurry up. Jump over to my DSP Street Fighter channel if you're interested in attending that event. I put in the event dates the phone number of the store. You can give those guys a call and let them know I'm interested. Please reserve a game for me, and they'll take care of that for you. Anyway, once that's done, that tournament, I'll be coming back here and we'll be having, like I said all along, the launch party. Friends will be over. We'll be testing out the game, get the first hands-on, and we'll see how it goes there. We'll basically be testing out new characters. There might be some tutorial videos of things that I find with characters that I'm going to probably be playing with, like DJ and stuff like that. The last thing I want to address is some people have been sending me messages that Super Street Fighter 4 is leaked. It's all over the internet. You can download it and play it, ahead of time. Well, I just want to say, I don't condone that. I'm strongly against that. I have never, on any of my games ever on YouTube, illegally gotten the game ahead of time. I always buy my games at the store. I want to support the game developers. I mean, sure, I want to play it as soon as possible, but I'm not going to go out of my way to basically rip people off to try to get this game ahead of time. So please, I understand that it's out there, but I'm not interested. I'm going to go buy the game at the launch party, at Play and Trade, and we're going to do it legally, and we're going to support Capcom. That's what I'm all about. The more money you give good game developers, the better games they're going to make. So thanks to everyone for kind of following along and helping me out with this whole situation. I appreciate it. If any other updates come out during this week, I'll definitely let you know. But for now, I think it's going to be pretty quiet unless there is an update from YouTube, and I'll be basically gearing up for Super Street Fighter 4 next week. I'm really pumped. So thanks a lot, everyone, for your help. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you later. What's up, everyone? It's DSP. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about the issues that are going on with the copyright infringement claims against my channel, Darkside Phil, which is the reason why YouTube has suspended that account. I've been doing some research, and I've actually been seeing a lot of good discussion over the internet over the past couple of days regarding what is considered and isn't considered copyright protected, what is copyright infringement, and what is considered fair use of copyrighted materials. I've got a couple things here I actually want to go through. They're actually from a forum which I linked a little bit earlier today, but I linked a really bloated fucking link on a previous video from yesterday. So today I'm going to give you a nice clean link on this video and also in the description of the video, so you can go check out this thread of discussion on the Google forums if you'd like to. But in short, there was a thread started when my channel was deleted, and the question really is, is it legal to do video game playthroughs online? And what is the legality? What are the implications? So to start off, I think I want to read what someone said. His name was Government Answer, and he said, here, let's read it for you. Hello, everyone. I have sad news regarding what happened to DSP. This is directly from the U.S. Copyright Office of the Library of Congress. I was mad like the rest of you when Phil's account was deleted, but seeing all of the conflicting answers here on the forums, I decided to have I had to have an ironclad answer, so I wrote to the U.S. Copyright Office. I asked this question. I had a question regarding copyright rules as applied to console and computer game content. Is it allowed for a person to make a video of himself or herself playing a video game, complete with live commentary from him or her, and then post it online for the enjoyment of others as long as he or she is not doing it for profit? Then he goes on to give an example. If I was playing Mass Effect 2, making a video of it, would it be legal? The response from this U.S. government copyright office was as follows. No, that is not allowed. Copyright is a form of protection provided by the laws of the United States, Title 17 U.S. Code, to the authors of original works of authorship, including literary, dramatic, musical, artistic, and certain other intellectual works. This protection is available to both published and unpublished works. Section 106 of the 1976 Copyright Act generally gives the owner of the copyright the exclusive right to do and to authorize to others to do the following. 1. To reproduce the copyrighted work. 2. To prepare derivative works based upon the copyrighted work. 3. To distribute copies of the copyrighted work to the public by sale and other transfer of ownership or by rental, lease, or lending. 4. To perform the copyrighted work publicly. Or 5. To display the copyrighted work publicly. What you would be doing would be in violation of number 5 and possibly number 4, which would subject you to copyright infringement. And so the guy ends and basically says, sorry guys, based on the U.S. government's reply, DSP's original account is gone for good. There's nothing we can do except ask lawmakers to change or repeal the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So first of all, that was a good take on the subject, because he actually went straight to a government website and he asked, this government-run website what their take was on the whole situation. So that's one take, okay? Now, someone else actually went ahead, and his name was Faber Optimi, or Faber Optime. I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to say it. But anyway, he has a lot of things that he says. He kind of backs up the government. He says, it kind of is copyright infringement what Phil does, even though it is entertaining. And what Phil could really do is he could try to obtain permission from these game companies to actually go ahead and do his playthroughs, because a lot of these game companies would want him to do it to show off their game, to give people an experience of what it's like, especially if he's saying positive things about the game. They might actually give him permission to do it. Okay, so that's a couple different interesting takes on the subject, but now here's my response, and I'm going to take this with a grain of salt, but this is from the research that I've done. Here's how I responded. I actually responded this morning. Although I do appreciate the thought and the work that has gone into this thread, and with all due respect, most of the arguments here are actually wrong, and here is why. My video game playthroughs have live commentary. This greatly differentiates my playthroughs from the vast majority of people who create these on the internet and elsewhere. U.S. law will protect my videos under fair use. Fair use states that a copyrighted work may be used for purposes of commentary, criticism, review, and/or parody. That is exactly what my videos are aiming to do. Give a live running commentary, a criticism, and a review of the subject matter, and of course there's a little bit of comedy thrown in here and there. The problem seems to be that fair use does not clearly define what is and isn't acceptable. If I were doing a 5-minute game review, I probably wouldn't be having any of these problems, and no one would be complaining because it's only 5 minutes of footage. But since my playthroughs are essentially feature-length commentaries on the actual content of the game publishers may think that I'm giving away too much of their work. However, the law, the bottom line is, does not define how much is too much. And therefore, at this present time, until the law is clearly elaborated on, any copyright claims against my playthroughs are false and have no legal merit, period. The supposed response from the U.S. government above holds no merit because the person that was requesting an answer did not explain the extent to which my playthroughs are reviews and commentary of the games, which would protect them under the fair use law. The fact that I make money, and oh, by the way, this is a little bit unrelated, so let me kind of explain what I'm talking about here. He made a comment that said, if Phil's going to try to cash in on these playthroughs, he has to get the permission from the company who makes the game. And someone actually countered that and said, Phil doesn't make money off his playthroughs, what are you talking about? It's not a partner channel, he doesn't, donations don't count as profit. That's a willing gift from someone just giving him money. And then he actually replied again and said, well, Phil has a partner channel, and the partner channel should be considered profit. Okay, so here's how I counter that argument. The fact that I make money off of my partner channel is completely unrelated to the issue at hand. The argument that the only reason that I make money off of that channel is because people that know me from another account, account where I'm doing these playthroughs, is flawed legally. Let's put it this way, a hypothetical. Let's say a crack dealer, okay, a hardcore crack dealer opens up a diner, and the diner is completely legit and legal. Well, if his customers are really, most of the people he deals crack to, and they just happen to come and buy food from his diner, does that mean that his entire diner is illegal? Absolutely not. That's preposterous. Even though I'm doing something on another channel on YouTube that might be suspect to possibly be a copyright infringing thing, just because people know me from that and go to a completely different channel which has a completely different style of video and happen to maybe click on some ads and I make some money off of a partner channel like that, it does not make that illegal. No, whatsoever. It's completely unrelated when it comes to the U.S. law. You can't hold that to any kind of an argument. So, alright, then my final statement, I basically say this, and this is the truth. I welcome someone to counter any of my points with legal precedent, but unfortunately in the entire 1.5 years that I've put videos up on YouTube, not one person has ever been able to give me a legitimate legal reason that anything that I've been doing is against the law. And I suspect nobody ever will, because at least from the research I've done, it's not against the law. So, right there, that's pretty much my feeling on the whole subject. If there was a legal court case that said, listen, you can't do this, when you do a playthrough of a game, it's too much, you're giving too much away of the game or something like that, then I could say, alright, I understand. But right now there is no legal precedent. There's no one saying that, and from reading, black and white, what's considered fair use, commentary, criticism, review, and parody, I'm at least doing 3 out of the 4 at all times during any of my video game playthroughs, and sometimes when I'm joking and doing things, that's considered a parody too. So sometimes I'm doing all 4 of the things that are covered under fair use law in the United States. So for these companies to be giving me copyright claims against what I'm doing is fucking preposterous. And the fact that YouTube entertains it and doesn't say, okay, that's fine, well, show me legal precedent, show me where it's written that this is illegal, is ridiculous. And keep in mind, no one here is saying these things are not copyrighted. Absolutely video games are copyrighted, and so for me to put footage up of a video game, it is, you know, a copyright issue. However, I'm using it within the realm of fair use in the United States. So until, again, someone shows me some kind of a legal ruling, a legal precedent, or in black and white in some law that it says you can only show 3 minutes of video game footage, because anything more than 3 minutes is considered infringement because you're giving away too much. That's not defined in law. It's not any part of the law, and it's ridiculous that people are thinking that it is, and these companies think that they could just throw around these crazy copyright claims with absolutely no legality behind them. So that's my ruling. That's my feeling on the subject. Like I said, I'm going to put the thread on the video so you can check it out if you want. You can kind of see what other people are saying. So far, like I said, in the 2 years that I've been on YouTube, I have not seen one legal reason why I can't do what I do, and no one's been able to really say. Everyone just says, oh, it's copyright infringement, but no one can support why. When I say fair use and I give my case, I've never seen a legitimate counter to that. So I'm still waiting. Again, by the way, I'm still waiting to hear back from Ubisoft. I'm still waiting to hear back from YouTube. I haven't heard from either party, so I'm waiting for people to kind of get back to me. But I hope that this kind of brings the subject out to the forefront. I'm kind of glad that I didn't just run away when my channel got deleted, but that I'm kind of sticking up for my side of the argument, and this is now coming, you know, a popular issue. Hopefully people will, you know, make this video popular enough that other people outside of just the Dark Side Phil fans will see it, and everyone in the community will start to talk about this issue and maybe finally flesh it out, and we'll get an answer. So anyway, that's it. I know it's a lot of serious shit right there, but I wanted to talk about my side of the story, the way I see it from my perspective, and hopefully, you know, we'll get some more intelligent discussion on the matter. So I'm DSP. I'll let you know if I hear anything else from YouTube or Ubisoft, but for now, keep on, you know, plugging. Thank you for the support, and I hope that, you know, pretty soon we can get all this resolved. Alright everyone, I have a giant announcement to make regarding the copyright problems with my channel Dark Side Phil and it getting shut down on YouTube. I'm going to make it short and sweet, but I need to read something to you. This is an official statement from Mr. Shade, who's the UK forum manager for the Ubisoft forums, and he says that as of today, Ubisoft has issued an official statement. Here it is. Over the last few days, there have been articles stating that Ubisoft closed down the YouTube channel Dark Side Phil via a third takedown notice for copyright infringement. To clarify the situation, contrary to what was previously indicated in the message displayed when trying to access the video, so he's saying, even though YouTube had said it was Ubisoft who had put a claim against me, let's continue, Ubisoft did not send a takedown notice for copyright infringement concerning the channel Dark Side Phil. To avoid confusion, the message has now been updated as Ubisoft is not at the origin of the takedown notice. So the question is, who the hell put this notice up? The takedown notice concerned a video for Splinter Cell Conviction, which led viewers to believe that the takedown initiative was connected to Ubisoft. Wrong. This is an incorrect statement. What led viewers to believe that the takedown initiative was connected to Ubisoft is because YouTube said it was Ubisoft. If anything, Ubisoft should be very pissed at YouTube for putting up that false information. So they're saying, in fact, the notice was initiated by a third-party user with no affiliation. So this statement now 100% confirms that that was a false copyright claim against my channel. Therefore, I'm in the clear and I should get my channel back. So YouTube, number one, if you gotta watch this video or someone has to contact you and tell you that was a false copyright claim against the channel Dark Side Phil, please restore that channel as soon as possible. Now what I wanted to see is who the hell put this copyright claim against me then? Well, guess what? Here it is. We're on the video link. Here's what it says. Your video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by Steve Jones. Who is Steve Jones? Why does YouTube just entertain a copyright claim from Joe Nobody without confirming they actually work for the company? This is exactly what I've been saying. YouTube is so afraid of legal litigation that whenever they get some kind of a notice that someone doesn't like something, they immediately block it or ban it. They don't actually do due diligence to figure out if the person who's putting the copyright claim against the video is really working for the company. And Ubisoft says, Steve Jones doesn't work for Ubisoft. So, YouTube, I hope you're watching this video. Please restore Dark Side Phil as soon as possible. I've already issued the counterclaim, so it's pretty much just waiting to be, to get your response. This is official proof. I wish I had another way to contact you, YouTube. I'm talking directly to YouTube now, but I don't know how because your website isn't clear. You've got an email address, copyright@youtube.com, but is that just an inbox? Is that an automated box? Am I going to get a kickback that says don't send email here because you don't have contact information for this? So please, watch this video. Fans, if you know how to contact YouTube, please do. Let them know the copyright claim was false. Please restore Darkside Phil. Thank you very much, everyone who supported me through this bull crap. And hopefully this will be up as soon as possible. And Steve Jones, lick my fucking balls. What's up? It's DSP with a quick channel update. Recapping what's going to be coming up and some other things that have happened over the past couple of days. First of all, I did play the Left 4 Dead 2 DLC, The Passing, which is the downloadable new campaign for Left 4 Dead 2 where you actually run into the original survivors from Left 4 Dead 1. If you haven't seen that footage yet, head over to the channel DSP Gaming and check it out. I actually like that campaign a lot, and because of that, I think today, if I have some time, I'm actually going to go back and play through possibly Versus mode on that campaign, or maybe a couple other modes, we'll see. So keep an eye out, that footage may be going up on DSP Gaming today if I have a chance to do it. Outside of that, the next footage that's coming up, as I've been talking about now for months on months, is the Super Street Fighter 4 launch. So here's a recap for anyone who hasn't been following along. First of all footage of the Super Street Fighter 4 will be found over on the channel DSP Street Fighter, which is my channel exclusively for Street Fighter footage. I'm going to be attending a launch event at Play and Trade, which is a game store in Danbury, Connecticut, on Monday night at midnight. So basically, when it officially becomes Tuesday morning is when they're selling the game. I'm going to be able to actually get in there a little bit early to mess around with the game, get my initial impressions of the game before the tournament starts and the general public gets in there. Then they're going to actually start the tournament up, so you'll get to see some cool footage of a basically day one tournament where everyone's just trying to learn new characters. After that tournament is done, I'm going to come back here. Some of my friends are going to come with me, and we're going to play the game for a couple of hours. So you're going to see footage of some of our initial casual matches and our impressions as well of what's going on with the game. Then over the course of Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to have people in and out of here for a launch party. So basically all kinds of local Connecticut gamers will be swinging by to try out Super Street Fighter 4, to play in different matches, and to give their impressions and feedback. What I'm also planning on doing is, once I get some time, if there's say no one here at a certain hour of the day, I might actually start picking some of the characters that I'm familiar with, like Adon and DJ, and test them out and see what some of their basic combos and abilities are, and maybe do some of the tutorial videos similar to what I did with the regular Street Fighter 4 release last year. And then I'm planning on having ongoing Super Street Fighter 4 footage, just like I used to do with Street Fighter 4. I'm going to try to play online here. I'm not sure how the internet connection is going to be because, unfortunately, when I played Street Fighter 4 here, it wasn't very good. I always had lag and all kinds of connectivity issues. But I'm still going to try. So, keep that in mind, that just like I did with Street Fighter 4, I'm going to try to do Super Street Fighter 4. So regardless of if there's another game going on or anything like that, if I ever have the craving to play Super Street Fighter 4, you'll be able to see the footage on DSP Street Fighter. So all that's starting Tuesday. Remember, Tuesday, since I'm at that midnight tournament, obviously I have to get back here, then I'll start uploading the footage. So keep an eye out for that on Tuesday. Outside of all that, the only other thing that I want to quickly talk about is the status of my copyright suspended channel, Darkside Phil. Yes, it is still suspended. Yes, as you can see, YouTube still has not changed anything since we discovered last week that it was not Ubisoft who placed a copyright claim against my channel, but an uninvolved third party who does not work for Ubisoft. No one said anything to me from YouTube. No one's actually contacted me from Ubisoft. They just put that post on their own website and their own forums, probably because their real dispute is with YouTube and not with me. They never put the claim there, so they just want to make sure YouTube isn't basically slandering their name, saying that they did it when they didn't. But one thing that I do want to say is that people need to chill out, because I see people sending me all kinds of insane messages saying, oh, well, since YouTube now says Steve Jones was the guy who put a copyright strike on your channel and shut it down. Now we've been investigating who he is, and he's in the fucking, some band, the Sex Pistols, and oh, he works for some Factronics fucking voice recognition company that was working at some other Ubisoft titles. And, he's a fucking hypnotist or some shit. It must be him. And I've been hearing things that people that are my fans are going on other channels and spamming the fuck out of them when they have no actual evidence that Steve Jones is the same Steve Jones who put a copyright claim on my channel. Stop it. You have to fucking cut this out. I don't know why you're doing it. I don't know if you think it's going to help. It's not. It makes us all look like assholes because there's a couple immature people who are fucking freaking out and going around basically yelling accusations at people with no fucking proof whatsoever. Steve Jones probably isn't even a real name. It's probably some bullshit someone made up. They didn't like me, or they didn't like, you know, anyone who was doing Splinter Cell in a negative fashion, which for a couple of videos I was, and so they probably were going around just doing whatever the fuck they felt like it, putting false copyright claims on videos, and since YouTube doesn't fucking verify that someone who puts a copyright claim against the channel is actually who they say they are, they just immediately granted it and suspended my channel. It's my bad luck that unfortunately my channel had already had 2 copyright strikes against it, and since I didn't even know the process on how to dispute them, since YouTube doesn't make it readily, easily available to know how to fucking dispute them, I just left them there for over a year, and now this happened. So, chill out. Stop it with the madness. I mean, stop the fucking insanity. You guys are just blowing the shit so out of proportion. I mean, yes, is it a bad thing? Is it a tragedy that the channel of Darkside Phil is gone right now? Yes. Is it guaranteed to be gone forever? No. And we now have definite evidence, definitive evidence, that that 3rd copyright strike is not valid, and therefore my channel is going to get reinstated eventually. The problem is YouTube's bureaucratic bullshit might take 10 to 14 days, it might take 30 days. It's really whenever the hell they feel like addressing the problem. The other thing is YouTube might have already deleted all my videos and said this guy has 3 copyright strikes against him, over 7,000 videos, he's taking up such a massive space on our server that we're just going to press the delete button. And is that bullshit if that did happen? Yes, but we don't know if that happened or not. Again, I haven't been contacted at all by YouTube, and it has not been 14 days since I filed the counterclaim against that 3rd copyright strike for Ubisoft. So we're going to wait it out. We'll see later this week what happens, but chill the fuck out when it comes to attacking people before you have evidence that they did anything negative to me. I mean, at least when YouTube was saying Ubisoft did it, everyone went to Ubisoft's forums. You know, that kind of makes sense. It's at least a one-to-one connection. Ubisoft did it, let's go talk to Ubisoft. You don't know who Steve Jones is. He could be some fucking nobody off the street. He could be someone who works for a game company, or it could be a completely fabricated name, but there's no way for anyone to know. So stop wasting your time trying to search the fucking internet to figure out who you like. I have no idea why you're doing it, and I don't know why anyone thought that it was going to be helpful to anyone. I don't know why you even had that idea pop into your fucking heads. Chill out and think before you act, okay? That's all I'm asking. Don't fucking get people to start talking negative about me now because my fans don't know how to behave on the internet. Chill out. We'll see what happens with this YouTube copyright nonsense, and we'll go from there. So, this is DSP. I'll see you guys maybe for Left 4 Dead 2, but if not, I'll definitely see you for the Super Street Fighter 4 footage. What's up? It's DSP, and for the first time in 2 weeks, I actually have some information, details in regards to the status of the suspension of my Darkside Phil channel. Here's what happened. I got an email today from YouTube. If you remember, 2 weeks ago when the channel first got shut down, I submitted 2 counter copyright notices to YouTube. First one was for the part 1 of the Grand Theft Auto 4 expansion, the Lost and Damned gameplay, and then the other one was for the Splinter Cell Conviction part 1 gameplay. Because according to YouTube, I had 3 strikes against my account. It was for the Grand Theft Auto 4, WWE Legends of WrestleMania, and the Splinter Cell. So I submitted 2 counter copyright claims. For over 2 weeks I hadn't heard anything. So anyway, I got this email, and the email basically said this: thank you for submitting your counterclaim in regards to the Grand Theft Auto 4 footage. It has now been resolved, and there is no longer a copyright issue on that video. But then the email went on to say the following: unfortunately, we can't restore your video because your channel is still suspended. Your channel is still suspended because you still have the following copyright strikes against you. You must dispute these and basically reduce these down to less than 3 in order for us to restore your channel. And then when in the email, they literally go on to list every single fucking video of Grand Theft Auto 4 that I had up on my channel. So let me recap for you, okay? Back in, I believe it was February of 2009, the expansion for Grand Theft Auto 4 called The Lost and Damned came out, and I got up to maybe part 28, so it was parts 1 through 28. Then all of a sudden, this was like 3 days into me playing the game, Take-Two Games decided to put a copyright claim against all of those videos. So what I did is I immediately just removed all of them from my channel, and YouTube considered that one copyright strike against my channel. I never disputed them, I never did anything like that. Back then I didn't understand how that process worked. So here we are a full year later. My channel gets shut down because I have supposedly 3 copyright strikes against me. I dispute 2 of them, and YouTube comes back and says, okay, you're right, there is no copyright problem with that video, we'll restore it, but your channel's still suspended because you have 28 copyright claims against you. Now just think about this. 2 weeks ago, the initial email I got from YouTube said you have 3 copyright strikes against you, and that's why your channel shut down. Now they send me an email saying you have 28 copyright strikes against you. What the fuck? YouTube, do you have any idea what you're doing? I don't think so. Immediately when I got that email, first of all, I was furious. I responded to it, to that stupid copyright@youtube.com email address, and I said, number one, this is ridiculous, because you didn't tell me up front I needed to dispute 28 copyright claims, and by the way, they never even sent me all 28 links for all videos until this email. Previously, they had only sent me the 3 links for the 3 videos that had the copyright strikes against them. Number 2, it took them 2 weeks to even get around to telling me, oh, well, it's fine now, but now you have another 28 strikes to clear up. And it's just ridiculous, number 3, that they have no way for me to open an actual dialogue with them. I can't call them and talk to them. I can't go to the forums and expect any kind of a response. They have no customer support. It doesn't exist. It's a non-existent entity for a website that's supposed to be the #1 video sharing website in the world. You can never talk to any human to try to get a problem resolved. So this is ongoing. So what did I do? First of all, like I said, I responded to their email, told them it's absolutely ridiculous that they would expect me to put up 27 more counter copyright claim notices for these videos when they never told me that they were in dispute to begin with. I also told them that we know for a fact that the Splinter Cell copyright strike is false because it's in black and white. Ubisoft wrote it on their own forums. They never put a copyright strike against me. It's a falsified claim, so therefore that one should be negated immediately. I gave them my phone numbers, 2 of them, both of them, and I said, if you need to call me immediately to talk about this because this is insane. I have no way to talk to you about this issue. And then, after I sent that email, I went ahead and I disputed the other 27 fucking Grand Theft Auto 4 videos. So, if what YouTube says is true, and if really, Take-Two Games did not do anything in regards to my first counter copyright claim against the Grand Theft Auto footage, that means that in another 2 weeks' time, we have to wait another fucking 2 weeks. There probably won't be any kind of a response to those 27 other counterclaims either, and therefore, hopefully within 2 weeks, this will all be resolved, and they'll say, okay, well now you only have 2 strikes against you, the Splinter Cell and the WWE, and your channel can come back. Now, keep in mind, I have heard absolutely nothing about the Splinter Cell copyright counterclaim. So why is it that in 2 weeks' time exactly, they decided to say for the Grand Theft Auto copyright claim, well, we didn't hear anything, so that one's cleared up, but they say absolutely nothing about the Splinter Cell. I mean, this website has no customer support. It's unacceptable, and I am very disappointed with the support that I got from YouTube. They really don't give it a chance. Like I said, as you know, the Ubisoft claim was not even real. They just entertained whatever anyone decided to say was a copyright claim because it's easier for them. They treat their customers like crap. I mean, they force stuff down your throat. They constantly change the website using new video players, new designs that no one likes, no one asks for, and no one says they want. I mean, what else could they possibly do to basically say we don't care about the customer at this point? I don't know. I don't understand. I think the only reason that people use YouTube is because, number 1, it's the easiest website to use for videos. You can put any kind of a file format on here and it works. And number 2, just because it was the first website of its kind to really go to the forefront, and therefore everyone just knows the name and goes there to look at videos. So it kind of sucks. I don't know what else I could possibly do. We have to wait another 2 weeks now before we can even hear anything. Even if, here's the thing, even if that Splinter Cell copyright strike gets cleared up, they're still going to come back and say, well, sorry, we still can't restore your channel because there's another 26 Grand Theft Auto 4 videos that were all copyright strikes, which is bullshit. Again, if really those were all copyright strikes, in February of 2009, my channel would have been shut down. The problem is they counted it as one copyright strike, which is really what it is. This almost seems like a stalling tactic to me to say, oh, well, maybe if we tell him that he has to do another 27 disputes, he'll give up and he won't have to keep fighting the fight. Well, too bad. I did dispute it. I'm pissed. I want someone to contact me who works for YouTube to explain this whole situation and how this benefits the customer when false copyright claims, false. There is no U.S. law stating that what I'm doing is illegal. when these false claims are put against me, you persecute me, the customer, and you don't give me any kind of a support whatsoever. You basically make it harder for me to do anything. Oh, yeah, well, all right, you cleared up 2? Oh, that's okay, here's another 26 that we forgot to tell you about. That's insane, YouTube. Like, what is wrong with you? I would love to hear some justification for this kind of a treatment of your customers, but at this point, I'm upset. I want to know what's going on. I really don't expect any response because, yet again, you guys don't respond to anything. I've never had an official word from YouTube besides some automated letter that you send me through email that is no use to me whatsoever. So, I gave you my contact info. Call me, send me an email, explain to me what's going on. If one Grand Theft Auto 4 copyright claim was released, then all of them should be cleared up immediately, because you know that they're not going to respond and they're not going to do anything about it. The Splinter Cell one's bogus. If anything, the only copyright strike that was true was the WWE one, and that was because in the game they actually reproduced footage of their own matches that really happened. Well, yeah, that was kind of dumb of me, I guess, to try to record that and put it, because yeah, that is basically television footage that was rebroadcast, and that could be considered, you know, a public broadcast or something like that. That could be considered a copyright issue. But the other things, there's no copyright issues with them whatsoever. There's no legal precedent stating that. It's fair use, it's protected. I want my channel back up. So someone at YouTube, contact me. I don't know what else to do at this point. I've tried, you know, now emailing you. I've disputed the claims. You keep coming back with more crap. That's unacceptable. It's not sufficient customer support. I want an answer. So please, I'm waiting. YouTube, get back to me. Let me know what's going on. If the channel's not coming back, the channel's not coming back. But don't string me along like you're doing right now. Say, oh, well, good job. You cleared up 1. Here's another 26 issues that we'd like you to clear up before you, we even consider doing anything. Because if you're just dragging me along and you're just wasting my time, then so be it. I'll move on. I don't want to hear about it anymore, but I want to know because other people are contacting me and telling me they got their channels back for false copyright situations like this. And it seems like you're giving me more trouble than anyone else has ever had. So, YouTube, get back to me. Viewers, I apologize. This is kind of like a bitch session. I don't know what else to do at this point. So, this is DSP. If I hear anything back from YouTube, once again, I'll record it. I'll let you know. But at this point, YouTube, the ball's in your court. Get your shit straight. Get back to me, and let's get this settled. What's going on, everyone? It's DSP with a channel update. Don't mind the noise. My dishwasher is actually running pretty damn loud. I got a full load of dishes in there, so bear with me with the noise. I just wanted to let everyone know what's happened over the past week because a lot has happened over the past week. And I wanted to kind of recap it. Like I said, this King of Hate HD channel is really where you're going to get these vlogs from me, recapping things that are going on and also talking about the future. So that's why if you're interested, you should stay subscribed to this channel. So anyway, the great news, my Dark Side Phil channel is officially back. What happened was YouTube removed the copyright strike against that channel from Ubisoft for the Splinter Cell Conviction playthrough. They finally recognized that it was a false copyright claim, and therefore the channel ban was lifted. I still do have 2 copyright strikes against me on that channel, one of which is still the Grand Theft Auto 4 footage, the other one is that WWE Legends of WrestleMania gameplay. I'm probably not going to get the ban ever lifted from the WWE stuff, but I've already submitted counterclaims against all of the Grand Theft Auto 4 footage, so here's hoping in another week or 2 we'll hear back and that'll be removed as well. But anyway, first of all, if you haven't been there this week, if you didn't know the channel was back, head over there because there's some new stuff over there. I did a 2-part, Return of the King video explaining my intentions for the future, explaining all of the alternate channels now that I've created, including DSP Gaming for all my new game playthroughs and co-op gameplay, DSP Street Fighter for all of my new Street Fighter footage, tutorials, arcade mode playthroughs, gameplay footage, tournament footage, combo videos, you name it. It's all going to be over there. And there's still the old Dark Side Phil FFX111, which is the Dark Side Phil Final Fantasy 13 channel. That's still open. I haven't really mentioned that recently, but that channel is still open if you want to watch the gameplay of Final Fantasy 13. I might also play the next Final Fantasy game, which is, I think it's Final Fantasy 13 Versus, and if I do that, that's the channel I'll be doing it on as well. So keep in mind that one's still open. But as for Dark Side Phil, my basic plans for the channel are that it's going to basically be a place to archive all of my previous footage. I had over 7,000 videos up there, and I'm really not willing to risk losing that channel again now that it's finally back. I mean, there's too much stuff on there. It's too many hours of work, and you know, I almost lost it all once. I don't want to take that chance again. So in the future, I'm not going to be putting up any new gameplay footage on that channel. Now what I might do is from time to time put something new on that channel. For example, I saw Iron Man 2 on Friday, and I actually put up a quick 10-minute you know, afterthoughts of what I thought about that movie when I got home. So that's something different. I've never done that before, and that's the kind of stuff I might put on that channel as like a, you know, a test to see how people feel it out, how they like it. I've actually didn't lose subscribers from that channel when the channel was suspended. I've actually gained something like 2,000 new subscribers since then. So I'm now over 61,000 subscribers. Thank you everyone again for your support. But what I want to say is that channel again is just going to be basically a classics channel where all my classic footage is going to be housed. So if you're really interested in the new stuff, I recommend that you either go to DSP Gaming and subscribe if you want to see my new gameplay playthroughs, DSP Street Fighter for the Street Fighter stuff, the King of Hate HD for these kind of video logs, and that Final Fantasy channel for any Final Fantasy gameplay. So that's that. I just wanted to kind of get that off my chest. I do want to talk a little bit about the DSP Street Fighter channel. Since the release of Super Street Fighter 4 about 2 weeks ago now, I've been pretty much putting videos up on there non-stop. Every day there's been new footage of some sort. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's really supported me and jumped on that channel and watched all that footage and subscribed and gave feedback to what you wanted to see. That channel, just so everyone knows, since it went up 2 weeks ago, has been in the top 100 most viewed YouTube channels every single day consistently. Meaning that you guys are just watching the shit out of those videos, and that's fucking awesome. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted that, you know, last year when Street Fighter 4 came out, a lot of people got to know me from my Street Fighter 4 footage. So now, Super Street Fighter 4, I kind of wanted to do the same thing, and I'm glad that everyone's enjoying it. A lot of people are giving me positive feedback, saying thank you for these trial mode gameplay, showing how to do those challenges in trial mode, doing tutorial videos. So far, I've got a tutorial video up for DJ, and I plan to do it for a couple more characters at least. And people are like, you know, we're just common gamers, we don't necessarily play Street Fighter competitively, and we're learning a lot about the game and the gameplay from you. So keep it up, and I plan to do that. One thing that I'm really thinking of doing in the next couple of weeks is doing like really basic videos. Meaning, I'll show you a joystick, and I'll take some footage of me just playing the game and showing how I hold the joystick, how I push the buttons, how I do those kind of basic things. Maybe also I'll do it with a couple different characters. Like I'll do it with a Ryu type character who has rounded motions. Then maybe I'll pick like a Guile who has charge motions, and I'll show you exactly how they're performed with the, you know, the recording of my hands. A lot of people say to me, Phil, you know, we've never had a joystick. We play on a gamepad. I want to buy a joystick, but I'm really not sure how to even start going about it. You know, can you show me maybe how you play? And maybe that'll be beneficial to some people. So it's just an idea I'm throwing out there. A lot of people have been asking for something like that, and I think I probably will be doing something like that in the future. I want to talk about games coming up this month. A lot has happened, just so everyone knows, you know, being busy between different things in my life, with the channel being shut down for 2 weeks like it was, with Super Street Fighter 4 being out. It's really looking like, unfortunately, I originally had planned on doing Lost Planet 2 gameplay co-op with John Rambo, but right now it's really not looking like it's going to come together, primarily because the weekend that we were going to do it, I am busy. I'm not going to be able to play any games, so therefore I think that game pretty much is going to fall by the wayside. But to be completely honest, now that I've been reading the reviews online, the reviews say the game's not that good anyway. That, you know, it's repetitive, there's a lot of problems, there's a lot of times when you really have no fucking idea how to tackle one of these giant bosses because the game doesn't give you any hints or anything, and so you pretty much have to cheat to win or figure out what to do. So that could be pretty frustrating. I get the feeling if John and I did play it, it would take us forever to beat it. Like, it would be like a 40-hour playthrough because we keep fucking up so much. So, not to say that that wouldn't be entertaining, but unfortunately right now I really don't have the time to do it. The reason really behind that is because the week after the release of Lost Planet 2 is Alan Wake and Red Dead Redemption. Now these are two highly anticipated games that lots of people have requested me to play. I'm definitely going to try both games, 100%. I'm going to try both games. I'm starting with Alan Wake, just so everyone knows. And a lot of people want to see Red Dead Redemption. I do too, but I want to start with Alan Wake because I haven't played a survival horror type of a game like that in quite a while. It's intriguing. It seems very interesting to me. I like that kind of a style of a game. So I'm going to start out with that. Once I beat Alan Wake, I'm going to jump over to Red Dead Redemption. I haven't decided, again, I still really haven't decided if I'm going to make an alternate channel on YouTube to put up that footage or not. The reason I say that is, if you remember, like I just said, one of my copyright strikes against my Dark Side Phil channel was for Grand Theft Auto 4 expansion footage from the Lost and Damned expansion, and if they're both made by Rockstar Games, both that game and Red Dead Redemption. I got a copyright strike from Take-Two Games, who is the publisher of Rockstar Games, when I put up that footage, so I'm afraid if I put up Red Dead Redemption, they might actually put some claims against me again. So I'm thinking maybe it's a safer bet to, maybe I'll try it on the DSP gaming channel, and if I get copyright strikes, it's not a big deal because it'll be the first one against me, and then maybe I'll be able to edit the videos or try to figure out a way so that they won't put strikes up. But I don't know if they're going to do that to me this time. So, you know, we really got to feel it out and see what happens. But the good news is, because I'm using a new channel, there's no chance of me losing my 7,000 plus videos on Dark Side Phil. So it is what it is. A couple quick things just before I finish to remind you. I do have a shop up on cafepress.com that sells Dark Side Phil t-shirts and merchandise. I haven't mentioned it in a while, and since the channel's been shut down, a lot of people didn't even know that. I've been seeing people popping up on the different channels now that I have saying, Phil, I didn't even know you had t-shirts, and we saw a random video with you with a Dark Side Phil t-shirt on. Where can I get it? Well, the link is both on the Dark Side Phil page. It's also on the DSP Gaming page. It's cafepress.com/DarkSidePhil. So just go check it out. I am going to add more stuff. A lot of people are saying, wow, so much stuff has happened since then, like the fucking Steve Jones controversy, the false copyright claim, and other things. Are you going to make new merch? The answer is I will eventually, but right now it's really not a priority for me. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. Like I said, I'm busy with these games and things, so I'm not about the merch. I'm not about making money, so I'm not going to rush to try to get that done. But if anyone out there, like I said last time when I opened this shop, wants to submit their designs to me, wants to give me ideas, or you know, whatever, I'd be more than willing to look at them. And people have done that. I've got 2 or 3 people who've given me designs, and I use them for t-shirts, and I gave them credit on the Cafe Press. So if you feel like doing that, please go ahead. The other thing is, a lot of people ask me, you know, how do I donate? Still, they're asking that. PayPal.com, just send your donations to darksidephil@hotmail.com. That's my PayPal email address. There's also a link on my Dark Side Phil page and on my DSP Gaming page for that as well. So anyway, that's it. Thanks a lot. Like I said, stay subscribed to the King of Hate HD, even though the Dark Side Phil channel came back, because this is the channel where I'm going to be doing these kind of video logs that summarize what I'm doing and what's been going on. And hopefully this will keep, you know, avoid confusion and get everyone on the same page as to what will be coming out on the different channels in the future. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys later. What's up, everyone? It's DSP. It's been a while since I've done a video update. Like I said last week, I was actually taking some time off in the interim before the next new game came out. And of course, if you've been following the channel today, you obviously know exactly what's going on. The Dark Side Phil main YouTube channel has been suspended yet again. To make it formal, what their actual wording was is that they said, this is your 3rd copyright infringement strike yet again. Your account has been terminated. Here's the reason why. And you'll never believe, I mean, no one has guessed this yet. You'll never believe what video has a copyright strike against it. Just think, for 5 seconds, think what you think it could be. Maybe it's Ghostbusters. Maybe it's another Rockstar game that I did, or a Take-Two game that I did. Maybe let's go out on a limb and crazy shit and say Street Fighter. Nope, it's none of those. It's God of War 3, my playthrough, that's right, from over 2 months ago, part 64. What the fuck was in part 64 that was copyright infringing and nothing in any of the other videos? It's complete horrendous bullshit. Just like the other copyright strikes from Ubisoft, that wasn't a real copyright strike. Just like the strikes from Rockstar and Take-Two for the Grand Theft Auto 4 footage. This is another totally bullshit claim. It's not legitimate. Just so everyone knows, I was notified about it this morning before I went to work. I immediately filed a counterclaim against it. And I even put a note this time on YouTube. I said, listen, you guys know that in the past month I've had several false copyright claims put against me. You need to look into this immediately and try to clear it up. Just for the record, the copyright strike says it's from Sony Santa Monica Studios. That's exactly what it says. Sony Santa Monica Studios has placed a copyright infringement strike against you. So, I know there's nothing I can do. I know that my fans are going to go rampant and try to figure out, get to the bottom of this and figure out if it's a real strike, if it's a false strike. Just from my experience now, going on with what happened last month with the Steve Jones scandal, basically being a fake copyright strike. He impersonated Ubisoft and tried to put a copyright strike against the channel, which got it shut down last month. I just have to assume that, again, it's going to be a similar deal, some asshole impersonating Sony. I really don't believe that 2 months after the game has already been out, God of War 3, and 2 months after my playthrough's been out, and everyone on the internet already has another playthrough, that they just chose part 64 of my playthrough to put a copyright infringement strike against. It's bullshit. So I know almost 100%, I'm deep in my gut, I know it's bullshit, but I've done all that I can. I've now submitted the counter copyright strike. What I also did, like I told you guys, last week or the week before, whenever the hell it was, I submitted all counter copyright claims against all those Grand Theft Auto 4 videos. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that within the next week, those will probably be cleared, and therefore it'll only be 2 strikes again against my channel, and therefore the channel will come back again. But anyway, a couple quick things. This is why I had this backup plan of creating all these separate channels. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let's review again. This channel, The King of Hate HD, is for these kind of video logs when shit happens and I need to update everyone on what's going on and what my plans are. DSP Street Fighter is a new channel I created just for Street Fighter footage. Right now there's a massive amount of Super Street Fighter 4 and Super Turbo footage there. DSP Gaming is going to be my new channel for gaming playthroughs. And just so everyone knows, I'm going along with exactly what I said last week. Starting at tomorrow is my Alan Wake playthrough on the DSP Gaming channel. And then as soon as I beat Alan Wake, I'm going to jump into Red Dead Redemption. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to do it on that DSP Gaming channel or if I'm going to create a new channel for it. But either way, I'm going to let you know. But anyway, all I can say is this, it seems like this bullshit, because YouTube continuously puts up with these false copyright claims, they entertain them. It looks like really the users of YouTube have no defense. And oh, by the way, today is YouTube's 5th anniversary, so happy birthday, YouTube. 5 years with shit customer service. Congratulations that you can't actually defend the people who use your website. Instead, you shoot them down constantly and then try to correct your mistakes later. It would be nice if someone from YouTube could contact me. Oh, yet again, as I said last time, no one did last time. I'm not anticipating anyone will this time. So it looks like from now, we're just going to have to sit on it. Hopefully wait for those Grand Theft Auto 4 strikes to disappear, and then my Dark Side Phil channel will come back and be restored as that DSP Classics channel where I'm only going to put the footage that has previously been there, those 7,000 plus videos. Again, I don't want to put any new gaming footage up there for fear that something like this right now, what's happening, could happen in the future and the whole channel could get shut down again. I'll let you guys know if I hear anything back from YouTube, obviously, just like I did last time. I can't stop you guys from doing anything, but what I do want to say is this. Last time when there was a strike up from Ubisoft, you guys went to Ubisoft's forums and went nuts. I don't want you to go fucking shit all over Sony, okay? Because chances are, it's probably not Sony who put this copyright strike against me anyway. It's probably another imposter. But if you want to intellectually, intelligently go speak to Sony reps, maybe go to their forums, talk to the mods, contact Sony people, and try to figure out if they really did put a copyright strike against me or not, that's okay, but do it in an intelligent way, a non-chaotic way, an orderly way, where you're not going to disrupt their business. That's how you get stuff done. I mean, I understand what you guys did on the Ubisoft forums. You were really, you're hardcore fans, you wanted to see the channel come back, but I don't want you to go shit all over Sony now because we don't know that it was them. We have no proof. All we know is that someone pretended, or at least said that they were them, Sony Santa Monica Studios, and we have no clue. So that's the status. I kind of just rushed home from when I was home from work. I wanted to make this video quick just to let everyone know I am aware of what's going on. Yes, I'm aware the channel's suspended again. Do I think the channel's going to come back? Yeah, probably this time I actually do feel confident it will, because if one Grand Theft Auto 4 strike has already been lifted, I have no doubts that the rest of those are going to be removed. It's just a matter of time. And then this one seems like it's probably going to be frivolous bullshit too. And then I think we're going to finally be in the clear. Or, who knows, we might from time to time have to put up with this kind of bullshit because there's obviously haters out there who are fucking jealous of what I've done on YouTube, are jealous of what I'm continuing to do. The fact that my new channels, DSP Street Fighter and DSP Gaming, are thriving. These people are going to hate on me no matter what. So we're going to have to put up with it until the time when YouTube institutes a policy that's more about the YouTube user rather than bullshit and being so afraid of being sued by these companies that they just bow over and just basically suspend anyone because they're afraid that they're going to have a lawsuit in their lap. So anyway, that's pretty much it. No real news. I just wanted to let everyone know that I know what's going on. I already filed the counterclaim, and hopefully within a couple days we'll have some more information on what's going on, if it was really Sony Cinematica or not. But I just think it's ridiculous. What the hell was in part 64 of God of War 3 that somehow got the channel suspended? I have no fucking clue, but hopefully we'll find out. So anyway, this is DSP. You know, fight the good fight yet again. We're going to do it the same way we did last time. We're not going to say anything negative. We're going to be positive. And tomorrow, Alan Wake starting on DSP Gaming, and we'll go from there.